Hey guys, I see nobody's on here yet, so if I get some people on here, I'll start talking. Hopefully you guys are gonna be able to hear me on the computer. All right. Hey, Scott, can you hear me? Not sure if this thing is working or if my mic works or anything. Good deal. Good deal. If you got any questions for me, it looks like you're the only one here so far, so uh, just ask away. Trying to get everything figured out here so that maybe it'll next time will be easier. Come here. Let's get this shared to Facebook so that maybe some people can see us. All right, so Scott, so as far as row crop acreage goes, currently we're farming around 65 acres. I have this year I have about 25 acres in corn, and then the rest of the acreage is in double crop soybeans. About 12 to 15 of those. I think some of those that you have commented on in the videos, um, they are. I mean, I guess you consider it a double crop. They were planted early June after some hay we cut off of them. That was the farm that had been, you know, growed up for so long. So around 65 acres, and then I also have probably between myself and then my dad and my other grandpa, we have probably 25, maybe 30 acres in pasture land for cows, and we have like an acre and a half here at the house where my wife has sheep, and then we also have about 15 or 20 acres of hay ground that we cut every year. That's strictly for hay ground. So I guess we're probably 100 to 120 acres all together. So compared to farms nowadays, we're very, very small. So hey there, Mark. Not sure I know you, but welcome to the live stream. As y'all can see, the 6620 here behind me tore apart. We're rebuilding the corn head I picked up last, I guess it was last winter. Picked it up used, and we're putting new deck plates and new tensioners for the chains, and some new idlers and different things. That'll be a video here in, as slow as I am, probably 2 or 3 weeks from now, but we'll see what happens. Mark from Oregon. Wow, that's a good little haul. How's the weather out in Oregon? I've never been out that part of the country. Scott has 23 acres. Well, you know, I've got 65, but I wish I'd have more. That way I could focus more on the farm and a little less on my full-time job. But, until this YouTube gig kicks off, I guess we're going to be doing electrical work and farming. There's just so many farms around here that are so big that, it's just hard for a little guy like me to get acreage. My grandpa on my mom's side, Larry, he's the one who owns the combine and the 4250 and some of the other equipment I haven't bought from him. I'm trying to get him to sell to me, but at one point in his career, he farmed around 200 acres. He worked full time until he retired. I'm not sure when he retired, and then he's just he farmed. I don't know what age he started farming in, but it was a young age, and then he's farmed up until 3 years ago. I think he retired from farming, and that's when I took over what we have now. That's nice. Get a little drink there, guys. I hate these cups. Lids don't seal very good. $84 degrees. I would say that's probably about what we were at today, honestly. Let's see, what were we at today here? I'm in the central part of North Carolina. Right now it says 70. Showed we got up to 87 today, so it was pretty warm. We were doing electrical work in a building about 30 foot up in there, and it was hot. So, all right, Scott. Yes, there's quite a few farmers. There's at least, I would say, 10 or 15 here that live within 5 miles radius of the farm that I live on, and I'd say they farm anywhere from 300 acres to probably 1,500 acres, depending on which farmer. Stevie, make a corn maze. I don't have enough land. If I had a little more land and a good field for it, it would be cool. It really would. My hope this fall may be to, get into a little bit more like the decoration stuff. My uncle has recommended, trying to sell like corn stalks, bundle corn stalks, and then we've got straw, and then we have a neighbor down the road that she raises lots of pumpkins, and they sell pumpkins for fall decoration stuff. They've actually got them for sale now, so potentially sell some corn stalks and straw for that, and straw for whatever purposes people want for. And we're going to be getting into deer corn hopefully here in hopefully maybe the end of this week. I guess we'll see. So, yep, I'm trying to get this combine ready. We've got corn that's pretty much ready to go, and it's waiting on me, like usual. There he is, Mr. Nelson. Welcome to the shop, Nelson. It's hot and I'm dirty. I figured it'd be a little easier for y'all to hear me out here without all the dogs and stuff barking. So, Nelson, you ought to know by now, we don't get any rain. It just always skirts us. Let me see if I can pull it up here on my phone to show you guys. I've had friends and neighbors all week get rain, and it goes by us every single time. See if y'all can see this here. It goes by us every time. Even that right there, that didn't even hit us. It shows it did, but it didn't. Misses us every time. Yeah, y'all suck. I mean, I couldn't even tell you how much rain y'all have had, and we've had 2/10 of an inch this week total. Mark, yes, we try. Me and my brother. My brother helps me some. For the most part, it's just me. He helps me when he can, and he's pretty smart. He's still in high school, so he's still learning. Uh, yeah, for the most part, if it's something I can do, I try to do it myself because I can't afford to pay other people to do it. Not be able to afford it and be able to progress the farm. Um, if it's anything I can do, I do it. If not, I find somebody that can and ask them how to do it and figure it out myself. Uh, so I've had some very good mentors since I was in high school, and I stuck with them pretty good. I've learned a lot. Had about how to do electrical work, mechanical welding. Uh, I have a 2-year degree in electrical, so that's pretty. That's one of my easier subjects. And then I actually worked at James River, which is a John Deere dealer here in the Asheboro store for a year and a half um, after I graduated high school. So did that, and then I went to college, and then I worked in the industry for 3 years, I think. And then about that time, my grandpa quit farming. I got to take that over, and then I started a job doing residential, commercial, industrial, electrical work full time, and farming on the side. Loving every minute. Um, yeah, there wasn't much money in it. You know, my the person over me wasn't making just over half of what I make now, so I wasn't happy with the money, and I wasn't really progressing. I was working on lawnmowers and stuff, and it just got old. So I wanted more. I wanted more for myself, and wanted to make more money so that I can fund. At that time, it wasn't necessarily the farm, but I was trying to build up to get ready to take over the farm. Uh, so, but yeah, it was a good experience. I learned a lot, and there's days I miss it, but I'd a whole lot rather be working on my own stuff than something for somebody else when they're paying me, a sixth of what they were making. So, Scott, Grandpa is doing pretty well. He came home from the hospital Sunday, I believe it was. We helped him get home, and first thing he came home, he wanted to go scout the crops. Um, he's the grandpa that actually they have the cows, so he's never crop farmed in his life. He's helped um, his my grandma's dad would be his father-in-law. He helped him probably some when he was still living. But anyway, the surgery went well. They didn't have to remove as much as they thought they would. So, that was great. He's home walking now. He's wanting to get out and check the cows this evening, and doctors won't let him drive. So, uh, he's getting impatient, but he's doing good. Really good for what he's went through. And just continue prayers for him, and hopefully what they got everything, and he does still have some spots on his lungs. So hopefully those will, not be cancerous, and he'll be fine with them. He's 80 years old, so there's only so much he can take. All right. Yes, Mark, you're correct. That all helps get the job done, and cost effectively. You know, it costs a lot of money to get equipment worked on. I think when I worked at John Deere place, they were charging like $85 an hour. You know, on a combine that's worth $6 grand, it don't take long, and you've well overpaid for it. You know, so yep. So that's it so far. You know, um, he would probably be here. It might be a little late for him, but he'd probably be here sitting here smoking his pipe, watching me work on this combine if all this hadn't happened. Uh, he's been in at least 3 or 4 of my videos so far. He just comes, sits, and watches, and then when it's time to leave, he leaves. So, AC fix on the 4250. Yes, I'm pretty sure we have it fixed. I think I've got a video coming out. I may not have got it done yet. It didn't turn out as good as I wanted to because part of our of us working on it was at night, and that shed does not have much light on it. So, but yes, pretty sure we got it fixed. I haven't cranked it up, moved it since then. We did put a new compressor on it. We put a new expansion valve, and a new filter dryer on it. Sucked the system out, pulled a vacuum on it, put our Freon in it, and it was cooling that day. We haven't cranked it up. We haven't needed it. If we start getting some corn cut here next week or two, we'll probably use it to maybe bush hog or something. Just get it out and work it. So AC is it's a beautiful thing, but it's expensive to keep running, and it seems like we're working on it all the time. It ended up being a leak around the where the two halves of the compressor actually go together. So we bought all new compressor and everything. Regina, what class did you take in high school that most prepared you to do what you are doing? All of my ag classes, you know, really helped me with everything. Probably ag mechanics. You know, I use the welding and, you know, the mechanical aspect of all that more than anything. You know, all the ag classes were great, or horticulture and livestock. I don't remember, animal science, whatever it was called. It was good, but, you know, I don't use that as much. I like the field crops and stuff a lot more, and we didn't talk that much about it. So, yeah, not pennies on the dollar. It was not cheap, Nelson. It was $500, I think. But you get in that cab and you don't have air conditioning on a hot summer day. It's miserable. Hopefully the background noise isn't too bad. Our road's not too busy. Yeah, I went to Southwest Randolph. It was a good school. We had some good teachers. Let's see, I had 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I ended up having 5 ag teachers when I was there because 2 of them actually retired my sophomore or junior year. So I got plenty of experience and knowledge from many different people. So it was good. But also like my construction classes and even math every now and again. Most of the time we just use this thing right here to do any kind of calculations. But you know, everything really helps in the end. But definitely the agriculture classes. I'm expecting my wife to get home any minute now. She's been out of town for work. She's bringing us some supper. So maybe you guys can get to see her. Probably not. She's not a real big on the whole videoing aspect. I've tried to get her. Maybe one day she'll get in on it. Selling much wheat. I think up to today we have sold 65 bags so far, not counting what you're going to get. And I've got at least 50 more bags sold. They just got to come get them. Actually, 69 bags. So it's going pretty good. I've had a lot of people wanting it, and a lot of people want some corn. So hopefully we get some corn shelled, and hopefully they will, you know, be here to buy some because we've built this whole bagging setup. I think there's one more video coming out before I show you the next video of the bagging setup, and then I've got 2 or 3 more to edit. Uh, but y'all get to see that, and hopefully can learn a little bit because I wish I'd have had something to go off of when I was building it. But yep, Nelson, I'm needing a electric conveyor, like a one with like a rubber belt. So keep your eyes open for my bagging setup. Bojangles, no, she's not getting Bojangles. She's getting Dario. Bojangles is all right, but I'm not a big fan. Most of the time, you pay way too much for a little bitty chicken drum that's about this big around, and then most of the time it's burnt or cooked too much. Who are you referring to, Scott? Are you talking to Nelson or me, or I think my wife has made it home, so she will probably let the dogs out, and y'all will get to meet Jack. I can hear him barking if y'all can or not. Jack is the farm dog. He's the one y'all have probably seen in a video or two on the Kubota. He absolutely loves to ride. He rode with me 2 wheat harvests ago in this all day. Name of restaurants. Dario? Is that what you're asking? Ashboro is the one she went to. We also have one there in Thomasville. And then beyond that, I'm not sure. That one, Thomasville and Ashboro are pretty close distance, I would say. Dario, I don't know if you never heard of Dario, Scott. Dario is like a kind of like a cookout, I guess you'd call it. And they've got a little bit of everything. Hot dog, got great hot dogs. I'm not a hot dog man, and I eat their hot dogs. Got cheeseburgers, chicken sandwiches, French fries, anything you can think of like that. I would say it's pretty similar to a cookout. Different but similar. And their hot dogs, the buns are great. I'd like to know what they do to them. Yeah, the Ashboro one. I haven't been in one that's bad, personally. Well, I'll have to keep that in mind, Mr. Nelson. We're actually going to be working in Thomasville tomorrow, so. All beef hot dogs. I'm good with any hot dogs. It don't bother me. How's the weather up there in Tennessee? Hopefully it's cooler than here. Or warmer, depending on what kind of crops you have that need it. If you got cotton, I'm sure you want hot weather. Come on, Nelson. You're going to have to take Scott to Dario next time. Take him to a treat. It's not the cheapest restaurant. I would say it's fair price, but I think like 2 hot dogs and a fry and a drink's like maybe $10, $9, $10. So it's not bad. Yeah, it's been trying to rain here too. Nelson's had plenty, and we've had 2 tenths all week. I bet Nelson has probably had 2 or 3 inches, if not more. Nelson, you have to let me know when he's back in town. Maybe we can meet everybody. Where all my Facebook crowd is, they need to come on over. Had a bunch of people sharing and liking the post. Any of y'all that are on here don't know I have Facebook, Routh Farms. You can go follow me there. When I do like live streams and stuff like that, I update there. I don't update it a whole lot. I need to get better at that, but I'll post some updates every now and again, some pictures and stuff. So thankfully our internet is up because I'm here in the shop, and thankfully it's still up or we would not be watching y'all, because I originally tried to do the live stream on my iPad and it will not let me do it. It says I have to wait 24 hours. So 2.5 inches. That my double crop beans would love to have had that. Let's see here what our weather forecast for the next week is like. 75% chance this evening, and we didn't get nothing. And it's 15 Wednesday, 5, 5, 5, 20, 25, 10, 20. So we're probably not going to get anything for a while, unfortunately. Am I doing any cover crops this year? I'm hoping to. We've never done any before, and I'm hoping to put some cover crops behind my soybeans. Not sure what I'm going to plant yet. I've got a buddy in Monroe, which is about an hour from here. He's going to get with me and kind of help me out. And he's a dealer for some of the seeds, so hopefully he can guide me in some of the areas. I know I want to plant some cereal rye. I would like to put some type of radishes, but as late as our beans are going to be, that may or may not be a viable option. So who knows? But I'm definitely planning on planting some, Lord willing, if everything goes well. So stay tuned for that. If you have any recommendations of, what to plant, feel free to let me know. Do you think you'll have 200-ish bushels of corn? I'm assuming you're saying 200 to the acre. I'm not really thinking we're going to have that much. I'm thinking there's spots that will hit that, but I don't know. I mean, I've never done corn, so I'm really not sure. There's spots in the field that are great, and then there's spots, that aren't so great, like anybody. For kind of the whole year, I've been, telling myself if I get 150 bushels average, I'll be happy. Just because I don't have that many inputs in it, and you know, first year don't really know what I'm doing. So if I can get 150 overall average, I'll be happy, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get that, and hopefully more. We'll see when we get the combine in here in a week or so. Having it flown on with a crop duster. We don't have many crop dusters around here. I know 3 or 4 years ago we had some neighbors that got like fungicide on beans and corn sprayed either with a crop duster or a helicopter, but they're just not around here much. And our particular area, there's not many people that, for one, believe strongly in cover crops, and two, get all that stuff done. Um, we we went to a field day for like Asgrow decal, and that those people had actually bought a drone, and they bought the sprayer attachment and the spreader attachment, and they were going to use it to spread some cover crops. But at this moment, I just don't have a way of really getting it on. And with 25 acres, which I'd have 40 acres of beans, I mean, nobody's going to come out here for that. And if they did, it would cost me so much it wouldn't be worth it. So, Ryan Clemson clover is good behind beans. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. The 6-row is new to y'all. Yeah, I picked the 6-row up. I said it earlier in the live stream, but I don't think you were here yet. I picked it up last winter, fall or winter. I think it was like January. You have $3,000 for it, I think, and everything worked on it, but the deck plates were wore out, or getting pretty wore out, and then it had some idlers bad. Had some tension springs that tensioned the chains. There's like a spring in there. Anyway, those were all broke up, and half of them sitting on my table over here. That's what I was working on before we started this live stream, and yeah, so we're just rebuilding it, and hopefully it'll be good shape. That's actually it here behind us, all tore apart. I've got one snoot still on it. That way I don't take it apart. That way I have a template in case I forget how to put it back together. Which I have most of it on video. Anyway, so We have, I think, a row and a half rebuilt right now, and I've been working on it for probably an hour and a half before this live stream. So one of these days I'll get it done. Y'all give the boy a thumbs up. Yes, please. And like us and subscribe to us. And, you know, I'm not making any money at anything like this, but, you know, it's neat to have people that watch me. And actually had somebody on my Facebook post today said that her and her little boy, uh, you know, is their favorite channel to watch on YouTube. You know, that made my day, made me smile. So makes me feel good that I'm actually, what time and money I'm spending to film this for y'all is actually, somebody's liking it. Did you get the other parts machine home too? Which parts machine are you talking about, Nelson? I mean, I have the 6-row 30-inch header here. I've got a 4-row 36 or 38-inch header, and then I've got a parts 4-row 30-inch header. I've had those. Oh, okay. So I assume you're talking about 6600 combine. No, we haven't messed with it yet. I know it's covered up in wasps and probably snakes and rats and everything else. So uh, we haven't got that home yet. That's a project for this winter, fall and winter. Routh Farms. I assume that's the Coleman. That's my brother, y'all. Tell him he needs to get his butt in gear and start making some videos so y'all can watch. We're planning on getting a 6600 home at some point. That's the last 3 months, 2 months. I've been working on the corn hopper system for, it feels like, a month and a half, 2 months now, and trying to get everything ready for corn harvest. Getting the combine ready. It's the first time I've had the combine out of the shed, other than tearing it apart and see what parts I needed. We still got to put the chopper on it, and I'm gonna try to put some kind of material to silence the cab a little bit so that you guys can actually hear me when I'm filming in there, because it's pretty loud. Those cabs were not built for GoPros and YouTubing. But yes, we plan to figure out how to get 6600 home. It does run. We had it running. We actually pulled it out of the field. The guys we leased that land from, they used to farm it probably 5, 6, 7 years ago. When we actually went and looked at the farm, the combine was sitting in the edge, probably 30 foot from the woods. So Coleman and I actually got it running. We know the clutch, slave cylinder or something is bad. There's no clutch pedal, and somehow it's kind of stuck between gears. So we're gonna have to figure that one out. And I don't know what we're gonna have to do to get it home. It was running. They had actually give it to another fella, and he kept messing around, didn't get it. And finally, one day, the owner was like, "You want it?" And I'm like, "Heck yeah!" So he gave it to Coleman and I. So we have to get it home, get it running, and figure out what we're gonna do with it. But yeah, it'll be a video one of these days, probably like a will it start video. We know it will start, but the guy that was supposed to get it ran it out of diesel fuel, so now it's gonna be a really will it start. So trying to think if there's anything else. The 4-row wide row header I got actually came from them. They gave me that as well. So shout out to the Smiths. You know, y'all are awesome. Appreciate you letting me farm your ground and giving us the combine. And I actually bought some of my corn bagging equipment from them. The sewing machine, the scales, bought an old auger. Y'all haven't seen that yet. But anyway, got all that from them. So if they're watching, or if they watch this later, you know, thank y'all. Yeah, there's Coleman. Okay. Well done on videos. Thank you. I'm not sure who that is exactly. EDCNC. Not sure who you are, but if you want to put your name out there, text me or something, awesome. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Screaming Demon 6600. It ain't too bad. Cables need oil. Well, it's kind of weird because it's almost like it can get crossed up between first and one of the gears. I could get it into 2 gears, I think. I think I can get it into reverse and maybe first. Problem is I don't have a clutch though, so like if you get it on a little bit of a hill and it stalls out or you cut it off, then you can't get it out of gear because all the weight of the transmission, the motor, and everything. Holding the combine is pushing against the transmission, so you can't get it out. So we have tried to oil them a little bit, but it wasn't going to be our combine, so we weren't going to spend much time and effort working on it. We just, uh, oh, duh, Sammy, I got you. Everyday Carry. Y'all go check out his channel. It's Everyday Carry, the EDCNC. You just drove by. You should have stopped in. Clutch stuck. I don't think the clutch is stuck. I think either the slave cylinder is bad, or maybe it just needs oil in it. But like you push the clutch pedal, and it just goes to the floor. It doesn't do anything. I think it's just like a hydraulic slave cylinder. So like when you push the pedal, it pushes hydraulic pressure to whatever it does to the clutch, and we just need to figure it out. We don't know what we're going to do with it, if we're going to keep it or probably not going to keep it, because there's not many parts that I know of that interchanges with the 6620. So who knows? It's pretty rough shape too. Motor ran good though, from what we could tell. If it is still okay now. That's speaking of the Smiths, he actually just texted me. Might have us an auger. Find a 4020 swap motor in it. Yeah, I know that's what you want to do, boy. That's a lot of work, though. Gosh, that's a lot of work. I'm pretty sure, Scott, if it is a cable, the cable's broke. But I'm pretty sure, from what I remember looking at it, it has a slave cylinder, like in a pickup, with like a hose that goes down to it. If it's a cable, then we need a new cable. I have not watched his video yet, but I did see a pop up where he just posted the video the other day about the gleaner. I'm trying to get caught up on everybody. I did see where Thomas Farms had he got his loop yield monitor system, and that's up on my wish list for this baby right here, because I would love to be able to see what kind of yields we're getting and be able to map it. Maybe you need to go buy that gleaner phone, Nelson. That way you can have two. You can start building up a collection like Tom. We're going to have a debate whether it'll fit or not. It's a side hill combine, so it's a very neat combine. The 6600, for those of y'all just tuning in or don't know what we're talking about, a landlord gave Coleman and I, my brother, gave us a 6600 John Deere. It's similar to our 6620, but it's older. It's not hydro. It's pretty rough shape, but it's a side hill combine, meaning it's like when I get my combine on the side of a hill, the combine's, it stays with the side of the hill. It stays like this. All right. Well, the 6600 is a side hill combine. So the tires and stuff still sit on the side of the hill like this, but you can actually push a button in the cab and level the cab out. So you're riding like this on the hill. It's supposed to help better with the, not losing grain and different things. It's a really neat setup. I've never seen one personally, but it's neat. All right, so Greg Rhodes was talking about how slick Gleaner Scott bought. I'm just not a Gleaner fan. Sorry, Scott. I'm glad Nelson took ours. I'm a Luke dealer. Yes, I would definitely like to talk with you sometime. It's probably not going to be in our budget for this year. I don't know. I mean, I don't know exactly what they cost. I've got it in my head about what they cost, but I'd definitely like to talk with you and see what it would cost me, and then in the future, definitely look about getting one. I know those things aren't cheap, but it would give me a lot of data, and I think it would be worth it overall. I need one to fit this 6620, so see what it's going to cost me. Yeah, got samples for us. Yeah, Can we get a sample of the moisture, the moisture and yield monitor? We'll give you a free review on YouTube. Cheaper than you think. How much is cheaper than I think? I know how much I paid for my GPS, and I would assume that it's more expensive than the GPS. And I'm not sure how they mount on a John Deere either. I know yours was, you already had like a moisture and yield sensor and all that place on your combine for it because you had one factory. This one here never had one. We need a demo for sure. That would be very nice. Yeah. Yeah, come on down. You don't even have to come down and install it. I'll install it myself. I can't get one free for the 2380. I mean, that ain't bad. That's about what I had in my mind it would cost. I don't know if this one would cost more since it doesn't have any of the the spots for it to go or not. I know the Joyce brothers. I think they have a loop system on their, what's it, 9410 or whatever it is. My problem is farming 65 acres. It's hard to justify something like that because it's probably not going to save me any money farming because I'm only 6,500 acres. I mean 65 acres, but I would love to have the data and know what we're actually getting in certain parts of the fields and what more we need in those parts of the fields and different things. There's a video coming out 2 or 3 videos from now. The young guys will see of us spraying biologicals and foliar fertilizer on our soybeans. So I would love to have something like that to be able to tell me if what we've done actually helps or not. So right, yeah, I watched your video. You done a good job. Everything looked neat. I just wonder. I'm not sure how they would mount to our combine. I'm sure. I know they've got a model for it, so I know somebody's figured it out. But I would be very interested to see a price, and then maybe after this year, next year, maybe get one. We'll see. Look at the mega bucks you're making doing electrical work. I don't make mega bucks, but it's definitely paying for a lot of the farm stuff. My wife will tell you that any extra money I have goes to the farm. That's how I have everything I have around me. Thankfully, my grandpa and them have let me use the combine, and I keep it all up, So, see, man, appreciate you coming. Appreciate you watching. Yep. So, I'm going electrical business. Yep. I've enjoyed the electrical business. I've worked really close friend. He's almost like a second father to me. His house burnt down in 2008. I ain't gonna give out too much details, but anyway, after that, helped him. Helped him kind of rebuild. My uncle just said I got plenty of money. Crazy. I helped him on his house and helped him from then on. And he's an electrician, and he's kind of taught me everything. Most of the things I know about electrical work. I did go to college for it. I do enjoy it, but farming's my passion. I love farming. If I could farm full time, I would give up electrical work right now. It's just not a feasible thing, especially with only having 65 acres to farm. Am I licensed? I'm not licensed yet. I work for a licensed electrician, and I am working on getting my license. I studied quite a bit last fall and winter, and then once spring hit, and I didn't go take my exam. I haven't looked at it since because the farms took over, and then now that I'm doing the YouTube thing, this takes up quite a bit of my time as well. So, worked at Gray Bar Electric. I don't think I've ever heard of Gray Bar Electric. 10 years. What did you sell, Nelson? Dope. That's where the real money's at. . Crystal meth. Oh wow, y'all making the big bucks. No wonder he could buy his farm and buy all that gleaner and all that equipment. They selling the big stuff. Oh wait. Oh, he bought that high dollar combine. Yep. Yep. Nelson selling that crystal meth and dope. Paid for that gleaner. I know what he paid for it. If he paid for that by selling dope, then he's got a lot of money left. Huge electric supplier out of St. Louis. Okay. Never heard of him that I know of anyway. Only rich people can afford gleaners. Colin, you know better than that. This green paint's what's expensive. Most of the time, the gleaners are a dime a dozen. Oh, man. Getting tired, you guys. It's been a long day. Apparently, got some family watching. And apparently, they can't either don't know how or can't comment on YouTube. Y'all are crazy. We are crazy, Nelson. Oh, probably gonna go to about 9 o'clock, you guys, and then I'm gonna go in and spend some time with my wife and eat some food. I'll go a few more minutes, make sure no one else pops on here and wants to know anything. But if y'all got your supper in the house, that's my wife, y'all. She says supper is ready. I will be in shortly, honey. I've got to back the combine out of the shed or out of the shop so that I can actually shut the door because it is rolled forward. Gleaners are easy to work on. I don't know. Never worked on one much. I helped Nelson just a little bit getting his running. I'd a whole lot rather work on a John Deere though. I know I can get parts easy for him. Anybody got any more questions for the farm? On the farm, I know Nelson and I talk all the time, so yeah, if he has a question, most of the time he just asks me direct. Nelson, did you ever get your? Did you ever figure out the feeder house issue on the gleaner, or have you not messed with it yet? Is it like this combine when I pulled it in after wheat harvest and I still haven't blown it off? It's disgusting. How did I put out fertilizer for corn? So most, um, everything that was on the corn pre-plant was chicken litter. I don't know how much we put out. I put out pretty close to a truckload an acre, which was like a 16-foot spreader bed. So I'm not sure how many tons that would be. I'm going to guess probably 4 to 5 tons to the acre, give or take. Uh, I borrowed a buddy's spreader truck. He let me use it. I loaded it with my skid steer. We also had Nutrien came in. It was too late, in my opinion. I don't even know if it helped, but they came in like right before tassel and went over the top and spread nitrogen there on it. I think 200 pounds of nitrogen to the acre. So if that answers your question, hopefully, it's not looking good on me getting as much chicken litter for next year. So I don't know what we'll have to do next year. We have a custom applicator that puts it out for my beans when I don't get chicken litter. So I'll probably just get him to put it out. And my problem, not having grown corn on any of this ground in it's probably been 15 or 20 years at least since my grandpa grew corn. I don't know anything about how the ground does with corn, how much whether to put out more here and more less there. But we have one field that's going to be in corn next year that I'm really excited. It's always a really high producing field in wheat and beans and everything. It's kind of a lower ground. It's not a bottom by any means. It's not nowhere near a river, but the ground's always been wetter, and it's a really good soil. So I'm really excited to see what it does. Yep, haven't done much yet. Yep, that sounds about right. You'll wait till next spring when your wheat's about ready. That's the way we do. Too dang hot to be working on a combine. It is, but you know what? Just got to get done. Because if I don't get it all fixed, it's not going to be ready to shell corn. If it ain't ready to shell corn, then we're not going to make money. It looked good. You talking about my corn, Scott? It's pretty much dry now. It's I'm tickled with the way the corn looks. If that's what you're asking, yes, I'm tickled with the way it looks. I mean, it definitely got hot and dry there towards the end, and I wish it wouldn't have because that probably hurt our yield some. But I think it'll be okay. Do it in the winter if you can. Definitely, if you can do it in the winter, do it in the winter. Working on the combine, it definitely helps, but it never happens that way. Not on the Routh Farm. We say we're going to do it, and then we get busy and we don't do it, and then it gets cold, and it won't fit in my shop because I didn't build the shop big enough. The tractors will, but the combine won't. I'm going to bring the drone and y'all start having some. Bring it on, buddy. Now, it's hard for me to fly it myself. So bring yours and get some good footage. I'm hoping, and I've been saying this for 2 weeks, I'm hoping to have this ready maybe for this weekend to try a little bit. We'll just see what happens. It looks like a diesel mechanic shop around here around the same. It looks like a diesel shop mechanic in here right now. Got parts everywhere, my impacts everywhere. Got some Roundup and a sprayer I'm making for the Kubota. There's the shop. I got some seed over here. I can't point that way. Anyway, that way. I got some old wheat seed and taps and stuff. It was actually pretty clean right there 2 ago. Until we started working on the combine. And don't listen to my wife that nobody ever puts stuff up. I do put stuff up sometimes. Just not all the time. Yes, she will put me in my place, y'all. It definitely needs good cleaning, but for the most part, everything that's out in here right now is working on the combine. I do have an ear here. If y'all want to see some corn. I had to pick a stalk to be able to set my deck plates by. So here's an ear. I just picked a random stalk because I needed a good stalk. So that's just a random stalk there, or random ear there. We got something going on here. I'm not sure what got into it there, but one, two, three, four, five, six. It's a 16 around. Like by 40, 41. So 16 by 40. That's a pretty good size cob. Not sure what that is. If anybody here has much knowledge on corn funguses or whatever that is, let me know. He said it's first year of doing it, so we don't have a clue on a lot of this stuff. Once every 6 months. Come on now, honey. I do a little better than that. No, she does never. She never picks up in my shop. That's above your pay grade. Is it above your pay grade or below your pay grade? And out of your jurisdiction, yeah. She does a good job, though, guys. She's a good wife. You got the same, Scott? Are you talking about the same fungus or whatever that is? So I have no idea what that is. It looks to me like a bug got in it almost. After looking at it. I've picked a lot of cobs. I've got a Kubota bed full now because we had a guy bring a tractor trailer in to get straw up, and he hit the corner of the field and took out probably 20 stalks. So I've got a bunch of cobs in my Kubota, and for the most part, they're all, pretty close to this. We'll definitely have some smaller ones, but I'm thinking upon closer inspection that this is some type of bug because it looks like there's a little bitty hole in it Y'all can see that right there, my finger. So I'm assuming it's some type of bug in it. Who knows? But it's getting good looking. I don't think I have my moisture tester in here, or I would test the moisture on it. It must be in my truck. Past weekend, we were getting about 20% moisture, so we're getting there. Still learning too. Yeah, I've learned a lot, and if I had the money and we had the resources, there's a lot I would like to do in the future uh, to make things better. Learn from both of y'all. Well, that's good. Good, Nelson, because I'm glad somebody can learn. Third year, that's good. I've This is my third bean crop, I think, of my own. I've helped my grandpa with soybeans on soybeans on soybeans on soybeans for since I was young, or very young, and he didn't raise any corn since I was old enough to remember. The last corn crop he did was um, the would have been shelled with Nelson's Gleaner, I think, if not the Gleaner before that. My third year. Y'all got the 6620 ready? No. If you can see back here in the background, I've still got to put the chopper back on it. Got a couple belts needs to go on it. Uh, I'm going to put some soundproofing mat down inside the cab to try to make it where y'all can hear me on my videos. And rebuilding the corn head right now, putting deck plates, some tensioner springs and bolts, new idlers, a few different things on it. I'm hoping to have it back together by the end of the week to shell a little bit of corn this weekend. But let's see, today is Tuesday, I guess. Yeah, today's Tuesday. I was hoping to get to work on it both nights, every night this week. But last night I didn't get home from work till like 8:30, and then I mowed the yard and went to bed. And then tonight I didn't get home till like 6 or 6:30, and then worked on it for about an hour, and then we started this. So, how far are y'all away from starting shelling? I'm hoping. I don't know if the corn will be ready this weekend. I'm hoping if I can get it back together, maybe try a little bit this weekend. I would like to get a little bit just to start shelling a little bit for some deer corn, because I've got several people that's told me that they want a pallet of corn. So I want to get to them before they go to somebody else. The more I can sell like that, the better. And we can put our corn bagging set up to work. There's a buggy, guys. So probably going to end this here in just a minute, you guys, so I can go in and spend some time with my wife and eat supper. Is there any more last minute questions you guys have for me about the farm, me, the combine, anything, anything you can think of? We'll do another one of these once we get a few more subscribers going on. If y'all haven't liked and subscribed to me, I would appreciate it if y'all do that. It helps me out, and one of these days I might make a penny or two off of this YouTube channel. Y'all can check me out on Facebook, Routh Farms. Follow me. I'll give a little bit more probably up to date stuff on there than on here. Like when we start shelling, I'll put some pictures, and I'll probably put a post on here as well. But y'all can get an idea. Most of my videos are 2 to 3 weeks behind, so y'all will probably not see me harvesting until it'll probably be the 1st of October anyway. I may try to get out a video earlier though. So hope you have an abundant harvest. Appreciate that. Hope you as well. Hope everything goes good and nothing breaks down. Wife says thanks for y'all's support. Yep. Thank y'all. We appreciate it. And, we hope to, with this channel, to be able to, teach some people some things. I know in the general public, there's a lot of dummies that have no idea about farming and agriculture and where their food comes from, where their clothes come from, or anything. So I'm a very small fish in this big old sea of farmers, but hopefully I can bring you a little bitty piece of the pie of what we do and why we do it, how we do it, and you know, maybe one day, maybe one day we can show a lot more people. So if y'all ever have any questions, I have my email linked in my YouTube description. Feel free to send me an email. If it's somebody I feel comfortable with, I may give you out my cell phone number or something to call me or text me. Uh, so appreciate everybody watching. Y'all have a great evening. Have a great week. Hopefully everything goes for you if you get the rains and the weather you need. And everybody stay safe and God bless. See y'all later.